Video Cafe 315. I am Roseanne Perla, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I am just waiting for a couple of people to come on. I realize I'm a little bit late. I had a late start. So this week I have picked the Scenic Coast Suite, which includes everything on this page. It includes the die cuts, the stamp set. Here's the stamp set, the die cuts, which are just wonderful pieces. You will see some of them in use. Oops, didn't mean to do that. These are the little sailboat pieces, which I'm going to use. These are the seagulls. This is the sun. These are clouds. But the best part is the sailboat, which I'm using tonight. The um lighthouse, which I'm going to use this week, and I'm also going to use this one this week for 3 cards. There is this rock piece that goes in the sea or ocean. There are seashells and the net. Okay. Hello, hello. Welcome. I'm just starting and just introducing myself and just showing what we are working on this week. I will have 3 cards, and I am turning this 3-card kit into a class in July. It will be on July, hold on, I need to get to my stuff. Right now it's out of stock. It will be July, going to July 20th. Um, I will do that the week of July 20th. So I would do that whole kit, which will be 3 cards. And it is going to be my craft night with bingo. So you would get the 3-card set. You would need to buy the bundle, this bundle. And you would get the pieces of the pieces for this. You would have to die cut them and stamp them, and I will show you. It's not a ton of die cutting. I left it as not a ton. So these are the samples in here. So the other little piece is the fence, now that I see that, and there's that cloud piece. But it also, you have the ocean in the stamp set, which is really cool. I will be doing a card with that ocean. In fact, I might do it inside this card. Here are the pieces. So they go, I did small round circles, which wasted my paper because you really can't see the whole thing. So this is the front and back. I'll call it front and back. There's an ocean scene, and then there's this one with, yep, this. Okay, see that one. Really, really pretty. We have this one. They look similar, but when you see them by themselves, look at this. I used this one, that back side with the other one. So I have to remember not to double up on that. And then this purple, which is similar to the blue, okay, but different ocean or sea view. And then this gorgeous yellow, daffodil or yellow with a little bit of Cajun in it. And then this one, see how similar they are? I mean, they can all go together with the clouds, which is another favorite of mine. gorgeous, gorgeous set. So just looking at those colors, and it's so hard to show them off because they are, so similar. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't put that yellow one there. Um, there's the purples. And then there's purples in here though, so you can mix the backs. Like this back can go with that back. Um, and you'll see as a matte. And then this, I love this one. So I don't know if you noticed, but each one of these has an iridescent foil on it. So yes, you can see the foil in the light. So you see that foil. There is an iridescent foil on each one of the scenes. You see that? Okay. And then this one. So I want you to see that it's beautiful. This paper is stunning. There's that one, foil on there. And this one, the foil, it's gorgeous. It's got to hit the light. There it goes. Okay. And one last one. We'll see the foil. You see the foil in my card that I'm going to make just a teeny bit. You'll see it in the C. Okay. So let me put this aside. Oh, and that was on page, was it 26? Yes, 26 and 27. So you have all of your ideas. Strawberry slash crushed curry. That is daffodil delight and crushed curry are mixed in there in the yellows. Balmy blue, blueberry bushel, highland heather, and gorgeous grape. I use Secret Sea. You could use Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy. Um, you can use other purples, the gorgeous grape. You choose. Okay. There's so many other colors that you can bring in to this. Okay, so I have my little plate here, and we're going to do some techniques, and I'm going to give you all of the sizes of these papers. Okay, so let's start with the base. The inside is, let's do that. And I'm going to have to measure some of these because I went back and forth with this stuff. It's the card base is regular 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay. Um, or you could say 8 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. Okay. Same thing with the regular cardstock. The inside mat, and no, I didn't get any ink on there. I was like, if I had ink on there, I'm gonna flip it over. Inside mat is 4. So you're taking 1/4 off of that, 5 1/4. Okay, so you have those two. You can take a picture of them, and I will put them in the description. I did not get to do the description. Okay, and then the outside mat is a DSP piece. It's from this side. Okay, and it is DSP mat 1 outside or front of card. And that is we get into the eighths. I did very, very slight and so it is 1, 2, 3/8. And I do have that one written out. Yes. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay. And this is 4 1/8. Okay. So I'll put that one out for you I'm going to put them right up here so you can see them and the card base. So this one's actually going, this is inside, this is front, and we're going to adhere it. So I'm going to put this to the side, and we're going to use some liquid glue. I feel bad covering this gorgeous paper up, but that's what that's what we're using it for. So there are 48 sheets. There are there are 12 designs, two-sided each. One on each side. Yeah, when I do these eighths, okay, there we go. And so this is 4 1/8. You have those. I want you to be able to get these down before I write them down and give you them in the description. You will be able to get them in the description. Usually what I do is I put them on my website. So I'll do a link to studiocraft315.com, which is my website, and you will be able to get them there. Okay. These orange Post-it notes go well here with this. And this one is, okay, 5 1/4 by 3. I got really tired of, yeah, it should be 3. 5 1/4 by 3. It should go 3 by 5 1/4. Okay. And that one's going to go off here like that. And this one this is this beautiful striking color, and it goes with this side. Well, it goes with a lot of them. So this is a 5 1/8 by 2 7/8. What did I say this one was? 5 1/8. Okay. DSP. And I don't know what mat number that is, but I'll figure it out after. So I'm going to lay these out for you right across. This one goes here. Card base and inside mat. In that order. Okay. And then I centered the sun. I didn't want it centered. I wanted it to the side, which makes sense. And this one is 2 7/8, which is cutting it really close. You could have gone 3 on this one. You'll see. 2 7/8. Let me write that down. By, and I did try to write them all down before. 3 3/8. And this piece goes over this, but I cut it so tight. Instead of measuring my piece, this I didn't. And then this is Secret C. Okay. This is just regular white cardstock. And this is Secret C, the base. But again, if you don't have Secret C, but you have Night of Navy, you can use Night of Navy. These colors are all in it. And originally I was going to use the blue up there that I can't think of right now. So I have a little glue right here. So with this piece, oh, I don't know what I just did. Okay. Um, I am going to poke out the little C here because I'm going to have the C showing through the um on the DSP, which is wonderful. Using my nails, not good because then I'm going to break my nail. Let me poke it out a little bit. Let's see if I can. Because obviously I thought it was cut and it stuck a little bit there. I don't want to rip it. Oh, you know what? Scissors. Yes, scissors. It's just like stuck right there. So if you've taken any sea trips or coastal trips or you live on the lake or you have a lake house or friends that have lake houses and you have pictures. Like I have pictures all the time of lakes around here. Um, and you can actually use these. I'm going to put those there because I might want to use those little pieces. And then these I'm just going to poke out and put them in my dish. I'll bring my dish over. I'm giving you plenty of time to take pictures of all of this because I really want you to be able to get those. I used to do that, and then for some reason, probably in the last year, I've gotten away from doing all of the dimensions. But I'm trying to do free tutorials. I've done a couple this month. I think this is the second one. I did one last week. Oh boy. I didn't realize I probably should have gone through this a couple times with the die, but I don't want to do that now. Because once you've cut it, yeah, I just cut this off. That's it. I had to. Originally, I wasn't going to, um, I was just going to use the boat. Yeah, I really should run this again. I'm going to run it again a couple times because I don't want to wreck this. I can reuse this for something else. Let me get another piece and run that. This is too small because I want that edge. So let me cut a piece. It happens. 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. I was very specific with this. So this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. This piece goes here, 2 7/8. 3 1/4 by, what did I say? 4 1/2. When you're saying all of these different ones, you forget them. So that's the boat. I'll put it there and I'm going to cut another piece and run it through. And grab a piece. just in case I'm going to cut another one. Put it in my bin over here. And that is our paper trimmer, which is an excellent tool if you don't have one and you want to start making cards. Grab the paper trimmer. I used to call it the queen of my desk because it's in constant use. Okay. Grab the sailboat. This one, this die. And I'm going to use my Post-it note tape and I'm going to run it right through right here. Behind me, I have my setup. And this is called Sunset Coast is the bundle. And the suite is Scenic Coast. And I learned the other day from a friend of mine that the suite, and I'm going to go through a couple times with this, maybe three. The suite is the same name as the DXP, the designer series paper. The designer series paper comes in 6x6 pieces. There are 48 pieces. I think it worked. Let me see if I can poke these right out, then I know it worked. And I did it like 4 times. Just so you know. Um Sometimes, I mean, this was a brand new die and that's the first time I used it. So I'm a little surprised that it did that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I did not want pieces, bits and pieces. This is Post-it note tape. We don't sell this. Oh, geez. And because I did it 4 times, it really stuck. Okay. Well, this is my demo one, so you can see that. No, can't turn it around. Okay. I could do it again. I have another piece. Welcome to my life today. It's been something else. And this does not come out no matter what. Interesting. So that one piece still stuck in there. I will run some, regular wax paper, the wax paper that you have in your kitchen drawer, if you do. Um, I'm going to run my die through that a couple times to see if I can. I got to get off that little bit here without cutting anything else. There we go. Oh, you can't see any of that. I'm sorry. This piece stuck. I thought it was in view. Forgot that my camera's back here. Okay. So, yep, a little trouble. I haven't heard anybody else have trouble with their dies. Just me. Okay, so wax paper. Send the die through on wax paper or rub wax paper on this. And sometimes that helps these little edges cut better. They're very profound, so I don't know why I did that. Let me just get off the gummy stuff. There we go. That is a glue eraser. And there we have it. So there's that piece. I'm going to set this one in my bin I have for all of these pieces. And I am going to attach this piece first. And I'll end with that and decorating it. So what I'm going to do to attach it, I want to make sure my sun is in the right place. I don't have a lot of wiggle room, but I have up and down room. So, and that's where I want it, right there. So that at the top, and I'm going to be able to tape around it. So I'm going to put my tape using the Stamp and Seal. Okay, right there. And I have two of those acrylic mats, and I didn't even use a dimensional, and I have a half a dimensional stuck to my finger now. And I don't know where either one of them is right now. Disappeared on me again. Okay. I really don't have to worry about the sides as long as I have the top and the bottom sealed, but I'm just doing a little bit. Um, and I really don't need liquid glue on this. So I know that this is going to go. I want the right orientation. There's the sun. And this is going to go right to the top. And this has to be centered. And before I stick it down, I want to see where that sun is. Yeah, that's good. And my edges are stuck. Okay. And since this is going to get stuck down to this piece, a minute, no. This to this. Yes. This is going to go there with liquid glue. This is going inside. I'm moving these over here. That's going to be great because I'll have that all ready for write up. And then, you know, I have a little edge here. I might as well just trim it with scissors. Okay. And you could have done dimensionals. I cut back on my dimensionals right now, so I'm not going to even stick this down. I don't need to. It's pretty steady and sturdy. And see how the I'm going to show you like that. See how this is coming through? You can see the iridescence of the water on there. It's really, really pretty. What I'm going to do though is put this, I'm going to back it up on another piece of Secret C that I didn't cut, so I'm going to need to cut that. Okay, let's put these over here. Let's get this down with liquid glue because that's the best for this. All of this beautiful, beautiful paper. I am one that when they come out with ocean, sea, lake, anything by the water, I'm one, I will scoop that up. I've had it because it's been out of stock. It's gone out of stock, I think, at least once, maybe twice. So I've had this for a while. I just didn't use it immediately because I did other sweets that I had purchased. So um, I have a lot of classes coming up, and I hope that you will get into one and sign up for one. If you have a kit that you've purchased from me next Wednesday, I'm doing a kit together. And I'm going to do this the exact same size. So 3¼ by 4½. I'm not even going to, whatchamacallit it? And I have the piece right here. So perfect. I think I'm almost out of this. I need a little bit on the top here. I don't need it on the bottom. And a good way to do this is to line it up like that, like so. Great. I don't know what these little pieces are, but they're all coming off. Okay. This is going to be a retirement card. There are a lot of great sentiments on here. Wherever this note finds you, the adventure continues. You brighten my day. Happy anniversary. Happy retirement. Congratulations. I hope it finds you happy. So wherever this note finds you, I hope it finds you happy. That's what I thought of. So I am using happy retirement. The adventure continues. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do one on the outside, one on the inside, which one is going where yet. This I'm going to hold aside because I'm going to stamp on that. I'm going to put this, centering it on here. And then this one on here, like that. Okay. And I think I'm going to raise this with dimensionals. I'm going to put the dimensionals there instead of on the inside of this. Okay, let's do it. Liquid glue. I'm going to need the flexibility, the movement of the liquid glue, because you always have that little bit of movement. Although I found that my stamp and seal is easy to get off. It does, it will come off. If you stick it on, it will come off. We really dropped. Our weather really dropped down. I'm in central New York, and the weather has fallen into the 50s and 60s compared to the 80s where we were at. I don't know why this is the way it is, but I am going to snip it because I don't like that little piece there. Okay, there we go. I always have to use some dimensionals. And one more here. Okay. Let's see how it sits. Very nice. Okay. You can configure your dimensionals any way you like. Some people poke them. I was poking them the other day and I was poking them too hard, I think. They I was putting lots of little holes and digs in them. But it does work better with this tool. Okay. Got my little pile there. I love the colors in this. Okay, now let's decorate it. And some more, taking my paper. I have the net. Okay, and I'm gonna crunch it up a little bit. And I'm also going to use my blender to put a little stain on it. You don't want it to look all new. I like the idea of it being crunched up like that. This I designed by myself. um, and when I design something, it takes me hours. I'm sorry. Um, I am going to use my blending tool, which I have here. It's my little thing. And I'm going to use the new in color Golden Glow. I'm going to just put a little bit of Golden Glow on there, rub it off, and then just see how it's giving it a little stain. I didn't need brown. I like this, and I didn't want yellow. Okay. And that just look at what it did to it. So it's not all white. Well, I used a very vanilla, by the way. Let me close that. Okay, we're gonna put this here, and we might not use the whole thing. And then we're gonna do the same thing to this shell and this shell. And then I recut, and these are very vanilla. And I did the coral color for the starfish, yeah. Okay, and I'm just gonna rub this in the golden. Okay. I don't know, it looks more shellish now. There we go. And this one too. Okay, I'm gonna grab a little bit more. I don't want it dark, I just want a little bit more on there. I don't know, this golden, I've been able to use a lot of the golden color. Okay, I am going to get a little bit of ribbon, of course, thread or string. And I'm gonna put those on with dots. And which of these do I want? The twine. Either this one, I think I want the other color, this color. There's a difference. They they are different. See the tone? This one goes better. Um, I also have some great, which I could pull apart like rope. And this is Stampin' Up. It's an old one. It's called Natural. And it's just great for rope. I don't know, maybe I should use that and just rip it apart a little bit instead of the thread. I used it on my other retirement card that I did with the other suite last week, and I pulled it apart. So, let's see, pull it apart a little bit, maybe not totally. These fine details are the fun part of this all. And once you've got your paper and everything set and your cardstock and your colors, this is the fun part. And you don't need to watch me cutting up everything. Okay. So let's see if I might not need as much of it. You know what? I might not put it underneath. Okay, let's get this down or go straight across with it. There we go. And then put this on there. Yeah, let's do that. I need some seal. Nice. Okay. I love the frayed edges. Perfect. Okay. And this I'm going to put down with some glue dots. Use about 6 of them. Okay. And a glue dot for this guy. And I'm going to hold off because I want to do the sentiment. So, if I do happy retirement here, and then in the inside, I can do the other sentiment I have is the adventure continues. I want to use just one stamp set. So, and for this card. So that'll go there. I guess life is an adventure. That's what I'm saying. Okay. And I am going to use orange. I picked out the orange color. Timid Tiger, actually. Timid Tiger. And I'm going to put it on there. So I'm going to cut it off a small piece. See how nice this is coming together? In the end, I know I'm going to say I love it because I do. Because when I create, I end up just loving what I create. So I'm going to do a little thicker piece. It's, let me do a half an inch here. Let me get in sight. And it's a half by 3. That's what I'm using for that. Sentiment. Sentiments vary. So it depends on what you pick and what you want this card to be. Um, it doesn't have to be a retirement card, like I said before. It can be anything. You might have other sentiments. But if you're doing this class and you really like this paper, I would buy the bundle and sign up for the class, and I will get you the paper products for free. They will be included in your class. Okay, and this I'm going to do in Secret C. Which is that dark navy. Sometimes it looks black, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Okay. And I can trim the bottom a little bit, even it off. You should always clean your stamps right away. Okay. And I'm going to use my paper trimmer and trim that a teeny bit. I told you the paper trimmer is the queen of the show here. Always the queen. And I'm just going to take off a hair. Sometimes it's good to put down the Post-it note tape, which I'm going to do, or a glue dot or something. This is how the Post-it note tape comes, and it's lasted me probably like a year and a half. I'm coming down to the end on that. Okay, see? I think that's pretty perfect. Someone else, they would just take their scissors and do it. I would wreck it if I did that, so I'm just letting you know. That's me in a nutshell. So, and I am taking my favorite tool, which I think is half price on Last Chance. I think it's still there. And it's this punch. And it does these two, but it does it at a quarter of an inch, a half an inch, and three, or a whole inch, 3/4, a quarter. It's awesome. And I tend to use this one. So this side, and I put it upside down so I can see how it slides right in there. Turn it around, and I go to the edge here. And that might be a little too far for this one. No, it wasn't too far. That's okay. Again, right in that groove. It does wiggle a little bit, but I like it. Let me see how even I am. Yeah, I could go a little further with both sides. I'm going to do it one more time. That's good. Okay. And the colors all mix. So I can put these little edges on this edge, or I can move this a little bit down. Like that. And I'm just going to put dots on this as well. Sometimes I use dimensionals, and I think I use too many. So I use about 7 or 8 on that one piece. That's enough. I use a lot of dimensionals. I'm going to put some in between here. I noticed dots are on these glue dots are on the Last Chance. There's a ton of stuff on, not Last Chance, I'm sorry. They're on low inventory. I noticed that last night. I was like, there was tons of stuff that's on low inventory. Just so you know. So if you need something, grab it. Get this bundle. Sign up for my class. Okay. Let's get these guys on here. Now you could do this and add this piece to a scrapbook page and just, have part of it as a scrapbook page and have this as, one of your embellishments on your scrapbook page. So always look at your card. I'm sorry, I hit my thing there. Always look at your card as a piece that you could actually use. I'm going to use this again. Almost done. We're going to do the inside. We have one more thing to do to the outside. I put my embellishments somewhere. It comes with these cool, beautiful, shimmering sequins for embellishments. Let me grab them. Let's see if I have them on here. Those won't go with that. They would go with one of the other papers. Huh. I don't know what I did with that. Whoa. I can use these. Some of these would go nicely. These aren't the ones. They're close to it, but they're not the ones. These are old ones, but they are the same type of thing. Where I put them, and I'm not going to search right now. I have my envelope and nope. So something like these neutral ones would go well for these. I think I'm going to do the neutral because they're going to be over by this. Then I thought those aren't going to look good there. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, they're two of the same size. 3, 4. I'd like to do uneven numbers. Okay. 5. Okay, so that is that. Now, if you don't have this, but you buy the bundle from me and you're going to do the class, I will give you a piece of this. I give you everything. I will only give you the pieces. I'm not cutting anything out for you. You're going to cut it out for yourself. Um, I might need a glue dot there. So let's do the inside quickly. Do the adventure continues. Let me straighten it out. I haven't used this one before. Happy Retirement I had used. So you want to get it with your oils on there. And remember, this is on page 26 and 27. And it's also online. I will have a link to my website and my Stampin' Up page. Nice. Okay. And I am going to grab the stamps out. Um, okay, just making sure nothing's on there. And I want to do this little bit of C. I need to put this one back right here. And let's see what this looks like. Okay. Really pretty. Oh, wow. I love it. Okay. So in order to make, I just got a call. Don't be afraid to stamp. Um, Never be afraid to stamp. Oh, and I forgot my eagles and stuff. I gotta put the not the seagulls, not eagles. Seagulls. Okay. And I'm gonna do the dark sail. I'll put it right there in the ocean. Oh, let me see if I can get on here and do that little edge right there. Okay, I fixed it. And that's it for that. And I just have to put the birds, the seagulls. And this is going to go right here. You could embellish instead of stamping, you could do some more paper, any of your pieces of scrap, which I had some scrap. Okay, close this. And I'm almost out of seal. Let's see how far it takes me. Okay. And this is 4 1/4, so it gives you a little bit bigger border. It gives you, that not a hair, but it gives you not a 16th, but a quarter, an eighth on each side, an eighth of an inch. There we go. Birds. I had the birds in my tray already die cut. So I didn't do, well, I tried to stick to 3 to 5 die cuts. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and I have the birds. And you can make multiples of these with the paper that I will give you. And when I cut these out, I should have cut them out. I might not need these. I'll put that one there. Okay. I'm going to get fine tip glue. We do have fine tip glue. I have this in there. And I'm going to get my tweezers. I should have used the double-sided. I'm going to do the edge here. Tape sheets when I ran this through. So I wouldn't have had to use liquid glue. It's a lot easier. And I didn't put glue all the way up. I don't need it. Let me just twist him a little. I like that. And then this one, the same thing. Just little bits of glue. Okay. Not good. This is coming off. And that one's going there. With maybe a teeny bit more glue. Okay. And there you have this beautiful card. She was all out of the way. Happy retirement. The adventure continues. Beautiful. Okay. With lots and lots of things on there. You could add a gift card pocket. I always say that, and I could show you how to do that in the class. Okay. Thank you for watching. I hope you like it. You know what? Always add Wink of Stella to your order when you do something with me. I'm going to add a little bit of glitter here. And a little bit of glitter on these because it needs it. Gotta have glitter. And I'm probably going to put a little adhesive under that one. Or maybe a mini dimensional. Okay, so just that little shimmer. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching. Happy crafting. And look for this class. And subscribe, comment, and like this video.